Hello and a warm welcome to Federal's special program, Capital Beat. High drama unfolded in Kolkata as the Enforcement Directorate carried out raids linked to political consultancy firm I-PAC as part of a money laundering probe, prompting a sharp confrontation by West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, who accused the central agency of stealing Trinamool Congress party documents. Now, the ED conducted searches at two locations: the residence of Pratik Jain, who is a senior I-PAC functionary in Central Kolkata, and the firm's office at the Godrej Waterside building in Sector 5, Salt Lake. Now, Pratik Jain is widely described as a key member of Mamata Banerjee's poll strategy team. Now, as the news of the raid spread, TMC leaders began assembling outside the Salt Lake office. Bidhannagar Police Commissioner also reached the spot amid rising tension. Banerjee, who was initially at one of the locations, later moved towards the Sector 5 office. Now, she also spoke to the reporters, and Mamata Banerjee alleged that the ED raid was aimed at accessing her party's internal political material. And what she said, and I'm going to quote, "It's most unfortunate that the ED came to our office to collect candidate lists, party strategy, plans, and confidential documents." This is what she had to say. But there are also reports on various platforms about a coal mining scam, that it was an old complaint and ED was trying to unearth uh, the large amounts of hawala money transfers, and which apparently which this money transfer went to a number of five people, and one of them of course was I-PAC as well. And in fact, ED officials said that the aim was not to collect Mamata Banerjee's party material or party strategy. So we'll try and find out answers, and Mamata Banerjee was flashing a green file while she was speaking to the reporters. So what is the mystery behind this green file? What does the case look like? Is it a politically motivated issue? What does it? How do you decode this entire episode? What has happened since morning? We'll try and discuss this. Joining me this evening is Shikha Mukherjee, senior journalist and political commentator. Thank you so much, Shikha, for joining. We have Chandan Ghosh, who's a Congress spokesperson, who joins us. And I'm also hoping to be joined by TMC supporter Manojit Mandal. He had messaged me that he'll join a bit late, so let's wait whether he joins or not. But Shikha, I'll come to you first. How do you see this episode playing out in Kolkata today? There are raids happening in various locations in Kolkata and Delhi. Mamata Banerjee has alleged that ED, or rather Amit Shah, she almost challenged Amit Shah, saying that Amit Shah is trying to lay his hands on the party material, the party strategy, candidate lists. How far is that true?
See, this is, whether it's true or not, this is perception. The whole thing is perception. Let's get that straight, Nilu. And why am I saying this? The argument about the connection between ED raids and the political opposition. Agency Raj, agencies being misused by the center, meaning precisely the Home Minister and the Prime Minister's offices, directed at opposition at politically critical moments. This has been a constant stream as part of the political confrontation between the BJP and the opposition. And this has been going on for several years. So in that context, here is an ED raid. Supposedly, and the ED has issued the press statement, so you and I are both quoting from the press statement, that this is in connection with the coal smuggling case. It is to do with the prevention of money laundering, and that the raid is a part of a continuing investigation of a CBI case, which the ED has taken over. So that's the background. Now, if you look at the timing of the whole thing, it falls into that stream and that perception which the opposition has created over a period of time, unfortunately backed up by the reaction of both the Home Minister as well as the BJP, that there is something that the perception has some basis in fact. And therefore, what emerges here is this is a critical moment politically in West Bengal. The SIR process is underway. The elections are about to happen. And the I-PAC team has, as Mamata Banerjee absolutely upfront pointed out, I-PAC manages a whole lot of things for the Trinamool party, including the SIR issues of deletion and logical discrepancies, of which there are about 1.37 crore. So here you have a situation where Mamata Banerjee is dealing with a politically sensitive issue, which is SIR deletions, the issue of citizenship of a large population of people living in West Bengal, and she is having to deal with what is going to be her party's strategy and her parties who are going to be the key functionaries in the battle which is underway over the deletions, logical discrepancies in the SIR list, and because these involve people known as the booth level representatives of the political parties. Now, the fact of the matter remains that the Trinamool Congress is about the only party in West Bengal which has the necessary network of people to sort of position to provide the number of booth level representatives that are needed for the SIR and ongoing process. The BJP does not have them. The BJP has not even named all of them. The Congress and the CPM don't make no bones about not having enough. So the fact of the matter remains that these are very critical issues. If this is what she is saying, then it is the two things emerge very clearly. One, it's a very high stakes issue for Mamata Banerjee. Why? Because the kind of material and document that were there with I-PAC are very critical and sensitive to her party's strategy in dealing with an election which is going to be intense.
I would also say that she has taken back the file along with the hard disk. This is what she told the reporters, and she's flashing the green file.
She's showing them, yeah. Yes, she's showing them. So this is kind of taking it to the public forum and saying, look, this is what they're doing to us. She is actually playing the victim card in many ways. And I think that this is very interesting.
Right. So you see this as a victim card, but in the battle of perception, Mamata Banerjee seems to be winning as of now. Manojit Mandal, TMC supporter, also joins us. Thank you so much, Manojit, and I'll come to Chandan a little later. Manojit, the entire incident is got to do with the agencies, the enforcement agencies trying to get hold of the TMC strategy, or has it got to do with the Hawala money transfers? Because it's an old coal mining case upon which
I mean,
trying to obstruct the investigation. Yes, Manojit.
I mean, it's a laughable matter. 3 months before the election, look at the stupidity on the part of the ED that they would think that in a public office, if there are any confidential documents which will be kept, that speaks volume about the intelligence of these people, rather unintelligence of the people. 3 months before the election. For argument's sake, suppose that there are some issues. I'm not accepting, but arguing that there are some issues. There are Hawala cases against Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee, and all the entire party. Now, will they hide these documents in a public office? What kind of a logic is this? And that's to 3 months before the election. I mean, this is nothing but a vendetta, and just to show that we can do anything that we want. Now, of course, there are very important files about the strategy of the party, about the candidature of the party, because the election is only 3 months down the line. They've come to steal that, like it happens in corporate worlds. As simple as that. And Mamata Banerjee is absolutely right. She is standing tall and like rock solid, to protect all those children, I say, because most of the students are working there, including my students from this university. They are working in that particular office. They're young kids of 20, 24 years old. They're working there. And they're so panicked, quite naturally so. You come with the CRPF.
What is this link? I want to understand from you, what is this link about the Hawala money transfer? regarding the coal smuggling case. What does it have to do? What the enforcement agencies have been saying, that this probe stems from a CBI case against Anup Maji and several Eastern Coalfield Limited officials on the allegations of illegal coal excavation and theft in the leasehold areas in West Bengal. And just hear me out. I'm going to explain the whole thing, what the story has come out. Now, this coal was later sold at various factories and plants in Bakura, Bardhaman, Purulia, and other districts in the state. Now, the agency is also alleging that a syndicate led by Maji built an organized gang that carried out large scale illegal coal mining using heavy mining machinery, earth movers, and explosives under the protection and patronage of influential persons in the area. The syndicates allegedly paid bribes to the public servants and other influential persons who patronize the illegal mining business. This is what the story is. And I'm going to quote what the ED officials have said: the proceeds of crime were also transferred overseas in the bank accounts of individuals having close family ties with persons having political clout. What do you have to say to this?
First of all, why is Anup Maji? Why was he arrested? Probably 6 years ago, he was arrested. And you took 6 years to realize that now the proceeds of quote unquote proceeds of crime should lead to I-PAC office, which is contracted with the party. Only after 6 months, 6 years, you realize that. And that to a public office. This is a public, a limited company which is contracted with the party. Now it's working as the long arm of the party. And Mamata has not denied that. So only after 6 years of the arrest of the kingpin, Anup Maji, who ran the syndicate allegedly by you, you realize that this would now lead to
No, not by me.
office.
I'm not alleging. I'm going by what the reports are there in the public.
I'm not addressing you. Yes, I'm not addressing you either, Nilu. I know. This is my style of addressing to the ED and CBI and BJP. And we repeat that we were ready for this kind of hamla, and that's why we called Jotoi Koro Hamla Abar Jitbe Bangla. Howsoever you have this onslaught on us, we are going to win. Bengal is going to win. This will not fetch you any votes. This is the strategy of Mr. Amit Shah, invisible led by Mr. Narendra Modi, to scare the people of Bengal, to scare us. But you cannot do. You, the only single lady that you cannot buy is Mamata Banerjee. And that's why she will be troubled most. She has been given trouble by BJP without reason for the last 7-8 years, since 2017, because of the fact that she did not bow down to you unlike Nitish Kumar or Chandrababu Naidu. As simple as that.
You are saying that Mamata Banerjee is being victimized unnecessarily by the enforcement agencies. I'll come to Chandan Ghosh now. I'll come to you later, to both you and Shikha. Chandan, how do you view this controversy and the kind of scenes playing out on the streets of Kolkata today, where Mamata Banerjee lands up at the I-PAC office? She says, I called up Pratik Jain, and the enforcement agencies are trying to lay hands on my party material, party strategy, candidate lists. What do you have to say? How does Congress view this controversy?
Nilu, finally we'll have to go back to 2013. Congress has raised the issue of Sarada and appeal to the court first. It did not take place much on it. And then finally it turned Narada in 2015. I simply try to give you certain stories, which are developed today as we are experiencing. Till here, exactly we can analyze, some considerations of what Bengal model of politics are going this moment. Naroda, Saroda, both are pending and both were dealt by CBI and later ED, definitely, and that came almost closure because some of the elements are in jail and most of them are out from the jail. So that is what is the condition, in the present condition where exactly we experience. And then comes SIR. So however that we together had fought for this, and then finally we are definitely having a certain, the skill in Bengal, especially when two optics are playing, one led by BJP, another led by TMC here. There is no doubt that I am not contradicting the fact. I am contradicting the concept which has been developed through the fact. Now the question is that what is happening today here in Bengal? Every fifth year, when the election knocks the door, and then the ED, CBI think that there should be the right time to invent. Now, if that is one interpretation from central agencies, now who are playing this? And I mean, whose hands they're playing with? And why this kind of optics have been created? It is a simple question. 2021, just go back 5 years. Then you understand the kind of polarization politics had held in Bengal and certainly eliminated, decimated our party as well as the Communist Party because we talked about the development. Finally, it came out that polarization won and polarization divided between two parties, and that was another optic, and this been shifted to another, a different optic that today it's happening.
You are
3 months.
saying that both TMC and BJP are indulging in a needless optics. Is that what you're saying?
I tell you here very clearly, one thing is there that the opposition parties are being heckled, harassed throughout the country. There's no doubt of it. TMC is no exception, if you call on that. But again, we have to see that our party had suffered with Chidambaramji. Our party suffered. DK Shiv Kumarji was spent in jail, as you know. The grand row of leaders in Gujarat, poll bound during the time their houses raided, their offices raided. So we had suffered a lot, along with all my UPA teams. I mean, the other India Alliance parties. But again, here in Bengal, what you are basically going to see that it is there. There is no doubt of it. But you try to take an interpretation. The interpretation is what? That once upon a time, even the commissioner of police was shielded by the chief minister by her own appearance. Okay, she personally came and protected, but that was a different optic, and that was the time when the political situation was just going out of bound of TMC. And finally, she came and rescued, and ultimately nothing happened. Nothing happened later on, and that commissioner promoted to DG, even nothing happened. Now, if we consider that that's an optic that's been regulated through the days and days, then it would be quite concentration of idea that this kind of optics are created. But one thing I tell you, neither the parties are talking about the development, neither the party is talking about this certain industrialization or the policies or economic
But Chandra,
policies, development, even with the balance. But this kind of optics are creating to
just
certainly
one
puzzling the
point.
people of Bengal.
One quick point, and then I'll go to Shikha. Are you, Chandan, hinting at some kind of a fixed match between TMC and the BJP? Are you hinting at that?
I tell you personally, Manojit is my brother, and we are fixing together. That is a different thing in the personal level of the way of relationship as you are going to consider. But I tell you here in Bengal that
Yeah.
the polarization was a concept of religious concept during the time of last election. I mean, the last assembly election, and this is the election. This kind of optics are created. Now we are talking about what? We are talking about TMC is going to fight. BJP is going to fight. We are going to fight the election. But election before the election, this kind of the stage shows are needed to be stopped. People are understanding now. People are
Okay, so you're
realizing what's
calling it
happening.
a stage show. You're calling it a stage show and a needless optics.
Really,
Let Shikha comment on this, and then I'll come for the final comments to Manojit. Shikha, does it look like a stage show? Does it look like Mamata Banerjee is really being victimized at the hands of the central agencies? What is your assessment? Is it a stage show, or is it a real victimization of the Mamata Banerjee where she seems to be coming out brave?
Okay. Stage show? I don't think so. Why? And this is just looking at the first reaction of Mamata Banerjee. She is furious. She is furious. She's lashing out. She's standing there defiant. Now, I don't think that is entirely a stage, but she's an experienced politician. She knows exactly how to react at what time and how. And that fury is a part of, if that is a stage show, the fury is a part of the stage show. One. The second thing is about this fixed man. Now, this is something that the Congress chief in West Bengal, Shubhankar Bhattacharya, he's also said the same thing. But this is one particular kind of conspiracy theory that's been doing the round for donkey's years, but we really have no evidence as yet. The larger question is that if it is a fixed match, then does the BJP actually want to lose to Mamata Banerjee? That's the question that needs to be asked. Therefore, why then go in for all this drama over the ED raids? Now, I really, there are a lot of journalists who subscribe to the conspiracy theory. I'm not one of them.
Saying that you won't subscribe to any of the conspiracy theories. So, Manojit, where is it headed to? Now, this kind of a controversy. Now, I'm sure this will become a part of the election campaign narrative as well. They will try and talk about the coal mining, coal smuggling case. Then Mamata Banerjee will talk about how she's being victimized, and just on the eve of elections, she's being victimized. So, how does it play out now? What does it mean for
No,
Trinamool Congress?
first of all, good tidings to Chandanda and to all of you of the new year. This can't be a fixed match from either side. Even during the last election, last year, 2024, people argued that there was a fixed match between BJP and TMC. So we have to say that BJP fixed the match to lose 6 seats. That was the case. I mean, so these are something that will always be there in the public domain in some of the media houses. We are very clear. We were ready for these kind of things. If you listen to the press conference, a few weeks ago, done by Abhishek Banerjee, he made it very clear, and out of that press conference, only this particular slogan came out: "Jatoi koro hamla abar jitbe Bangla," because we were ready for all these things. That these hamlas will be there, these onslaughts will be there, and we are going to fight. We are going to fight till the end. And the best court to fight this battle is the court of the people, who are definitely with the sides of Mamata Banerjee and now Vishavaj. Look at the amount of people which came out in yesterday's rally, Abhishek Banerjee's rally in Malda, in North Bengal. And today it's happening in another part of the state. I mean, BJP is scared. If you remember, two years ago, Abhishek Banerjee was called in during the middle of such rallies when he had Bangla Jatra, the Navajuar Jatra. He was called in by the ED because the ED got scared. I mean, forget about Mamata Banerjee. Look at the level of popularity that Abhishek is now enjoying. That is scaring BJP. What can they
No,
do? They
so
don't have the
Manojit,
political
Manojit,
power organization to fight them.
Manojit,
They have ED, CBI income
no,
tax to
no.
fight.
Tell me, and I'll take one quick comment from Chandan and Shikha also. But Manojit, to you first, do you think that this ED raid has come as a blessing in disguise for TMC? Now you can go hammer and tongs and say that look, the central agencies are trying to victimize Mamata Banerjee, and she can tom about all this green file and all like what she did outside the I-PAC office. Yes,
I
Manojit.
mean, politically, if I need to shrug off my TMC color and say that this is a stupid move by the BJP, and in fact, they have been doing it before every election. Look
All
at
right.
look at like they did it in during 2019 when they went to Rajiv Kumar's house, barely 100 meters away from where Mr. Pratik Jain is staying. They did the same thing. And then again in 2020, 2021, before 2021, there was a storm of, sort of switching sides, including Subhendu Adhikari. Nothing happened. They're doing it right now. But yes, in a nutshell, we are ready. We have a problem with the fact that the young kids, the young students who are working there, that the rate of employment is very low in this country. So many people are getting job. As I mentioned, the including students from my university are, getting job in I-PAC. They were all, initially scared, and that's why Mamata had to go and did what she did. As simple as that.
Okay.
We are ready to fight.
Okay. Okay, so politically, whom does this episode benefit? I'm coming to Chandan and then the final word to Shikha. Chandan, very quickly and very briefly, it's like a game both for BJP and Trinamool. I mean, both sides have to say something, but Congress looks very muted at the moment.
No, we are not mute. I'm here just to call me, and I'm here just to, to speak out what my party thinks about it. I just simply give you a kind of portrait. Mamta Di is with the file coming out. Just have a look, coming out just in front of the eyes of ED, which has raided, and she took the files and came out. Just check the optic. You understand that what is the purpose, or what was the purpose of the raid? The raid was a purpose to confiscate if the documents were somewhere to be confiscated. But ultimately, it did not. She took out the files and it was a created optic. I just wanted to mean you something. I'm not meaning that it's not happened. It's meaning that something, an optic that could have been developed and in the eyes of the people. That's what my question is. And the mute is something different. We are decimated, but we are not vanished. We are still fighting. We have existence. We have our programs, and we are doing that. But we are trying to space up with the particular concept onto what the elections to be fought on, the developments, on the unity, on the harmony, on many things Bengal are missing today. So there should be the certain optics. It shouldn't be the matter of fact of discussion for all through the day or the days to come, that how we relate it to the TMC officers. That could have yielded nothing. So that's what My point is that political parties, to be always sincere, I'm not blaming anybody, but they are sims, because I don't have any kind of the documented figure that I can really produce. But the question is a concept. The question is perception. On perception, people vote, and if that optic that's developed, that was seen during the last election, is being seen in a different kind in today's election. The election is knocking door just by 3 months to be held in Bengal. If that is what is the optic, then certainly that's going to really create confusion to the people of Bengal. That's what is my presentation.
Okay, so I'll let Chika have the final word. Chika, so what would you really like to say at the end of the day? Who walks away with the narrative? Is it BJP? Is it Trinamool Congress? And also about how Congress has reacted. I would want you to comment on that. Yes.
Okay, so let's look at it this way. It's a kind of if it's a boxing match, I'd say it's a kind of draw between the two sides. The ED raid was a surprise, a shocker. There was a reaction to it, which is perfectly, it's a hard punch that Mamata Banerjee delivered in terms of drawing attention to what she has done. And if you look at it from the Congress perspective, it's very interesting. Congress is talking about principles. In other words, neither the BJP nor Mamata Banerjee have any principles, anything except a lust for power, and this is the kind of race between them to grab it. So it's a very interesting. It's a very interesting way in which the pieces have been set on the board.
Right. Manojit wants. I'll give you the last word. Yes, go ahead, please.
Just a cricket analogy. I'm thinking about Virat Kohli. Before Sachin comes in, is Abhishek and Mamata Banerjee. So this is a formidable combination. Now, BJP and ED should understand that this TMC of 2025 and 2026 is entirely different from what it used to be in 2021. Now, Abhishek Banerjee and Mamata Banerjee combination, I think, is the most lethal combination that they have to fight. And it's simple that they will, release these Rottweilers in the form of ED, CBI, and income tax, and even SIR. And look at Neelu. We're missing one very interesting point. How the SIR exercise was largely foiled. It's because of Abhishek's organizational skill. And everywhere the BJP predicted that 1.2 crores names are going to be deleted. This was foiled because of Abhishek's organizational skill. So BJP will naturally be scared, and they will release all these Rottweilers against both Abhishek and Mamata Banerjee. As simple as that.
Well, interesting times ahead in the West Bengal political landscape. I'm sure more optics like what has played out today is going to play out again in the days to come and in the months to come. We have about 3 months almost, if I'm not wrong. But yes, I'm not going to make that mistake of mixing cricket with politics, because a lot has been said about the IPL and the way cricket has got muddied totally. But I'll have to end it here. Thank you so much, Manojit Mandal, Shikha Mukherjee, Chandan Ghosh. Thank you so much for joining.